All right, guys, today we have a great small utility cutter in 6 epic new versions. Well, everybody knows about the Devo Knives nip. This is the original nip in S90V and camo carbon, and everybody loves this design. It is a small knife, great utility cutter, great in the hand, and now we have the Nip Light. That's right, guys, and I have 2 of the 6 versions here to show you. I'm going to clear this off, and we're going to pop these 2 open real quick. Number 1, we have the traditionalpocketknives.com exclusive edition, and that is in Smooth Ultim, and we have one of the 3 DevoKnives.com versions, and this is the gray aluminum. Now we'll run through all 6 versions here in a minute, but I'm going to give you my thoughts on these guys compared to this guy. So let's start there. Okay, so first of all, these are made by Kubi, just like these were, and all we've basically done here is gone to some more affordable handle materials, okay, and also a more affordable steel. So this is S90, this is a 154 cm. And guys, they also, by the way, this one had a titanium clip, and this guy has a wire clip, okay? So really, really cool versions of this knife coming your way, and this and that are 2 of those 6 versions. So let's just talk. We're not going to do a full review because, again, you can look back on my channel and you can see a full review of this guy and know that I absolutely love, and if you follow my channel, that I carry that knife often. So let's talk about what's different and my thoughts on the build on this knife. So number 1, you have aluminum versions, you have a G10 version, you have an Ultim version, and this aluminum version is absolutely fantastic. You have this milling up here that is so cool. You have a reversible wire clip, you can see there. You do have a lanyard post back here in the back spacer, and guys, it just feels very nice. The aluminum has been chamfered off really nicely. Again, you can get 3 fingers back here or 4 fingers up here with that choil. And my favorite part of this knife is exactly what I said. This is a great utility cutter. And when you factor in the size of this guy, the amount of work it can do is pretty fantastic. Let's do the same thing with our Ultim version. Not a problem whatsoever. And then obviously it's going to be slicey because you have that Devo Knives hollow grind that they put on their knives. And like I said, incredible, stupid value in my opinion on this. They are cutting those the margins really thin to give you guys an affordable budget value. Now I got to clean this blade off. It's going to bother me. So we're going to clean it real quick, and then we're going to get right back to this. Now, all of these versions are dead centered. I've looked. Let's look at the 2 Nip Light versions I have here. They're both centered, and they both come right out here to the end of the back spacer. So that is great. You still have a really nice, very small flipper tab with great jimping that just grabs your finger right at that corner, and you have a hole for middle finger flicking. Now, I will say, in both cases on these, the flipper tab is dialed, absolutely dialed. But I will say, on the whole, the detent, that one is a little, whoops, on the whole, Casey, that one is a little bit snappier than this one. But of course, you know, there's going to be some slight variation. It's not like this detent on this one is bad. I just thought I'd point out that it's just a tiny bit softer, but I can do it very easily. You can also thumb flick it. You can thumb flick both of these very, very easily, as long as I don't screw it up. Now, in hand, they feel very good. There are no hot spots. You do feel the corner of this clip right there, but I would not call it a hot spot at all. Very much comfortable in the hand for such a small knife. You guys know I compared the original to the Spyderco Dragonfly 2, and that analogy still stays for this one. All right, so by the way, they are locked up very nicely. This one is at about a 20 there, and that one is about 25. So they're very close. There is no, whoops, I've got the nip instead of the nip light. That's great. There is no, so let's see what that one is. It's at about 20 as well. Okay, so there's no side to side. There's no up and down. Nope, no movement at all. They are locked up very nicely. All right, let's talk through some specs here while I show you our friendly neighborhood comparisons. There is your Ontario Rat 2. And your Ontario Rat 1. You can see the Rat 1 makes this thing look itty bitty, and the Rat 2 definitely does as well, because it is itty bitty. Now, these are 3.15 inches closed with an full open length of 5.4 inches. So this is less than 5.5 inches, and yet you get a 4-finger grip. Now, you do get a smaller cutting edge, and that is the blade length 2.25. That's it. Now, they call this a sheep's foot. Some people might call it a reverse Tanto or even a Warncliffe, but they call it a sheep's foot. I think that's interesting. I'm not sure what I would call it, a modified something another, and it doesn't really matter because it works really well. Gray hard anodized on this one with hard anodized purple. I believe, let's make sure these are, man, there are so many things written here. By the way, this guy is 2.5 ounces and this guy is 2 ounces. So your Ultim buys you half an inch lighter, which is probably why I prefer the aluminum, because I like a little bit more weight in my small knives. I don't want them to feel, too super, I wish I could get the words out of my mouth. I don't want them to feel super light. Now, it does say the hardware is titanium. So I would have guessed that pivot collar is titanium and that backspacer is titanium. So again, that just lends to the value. 5mm 1/16 ceramic bearings, and the blade, well, they don't give me blade thickness here, but I would guess it's something like 0.11 would be my guess. And again, the handle width is only 0.47 and feels very good. Now let's go through the options, guys. So listen up. I'm going to have links and instructions down there because there are 10% off codes for every one of these, but they are a little bit different, okay? So the Smooth Ultim and Belt Satin with satin accents will be available at traditionalpocketknives.com only. That's the only place you can get this beautiful see-through Ultim. By the way, I didn't even talk about the fact that you can see the stop pin, the internal stop pin rotating around. I mean, I think that's pretty cool. I love the see-through. Again, not the biggest fan on the yellow, but it's all right. And you can use code KnivesFast10 to get 10% off. So these are going to be really affordable, guys. If you think about it, $99 plus that 10% off. So you're getting it down around $90. And in some cases, you're going to get free shipping, and the others you won't. You'll just have to see. Okay, so White Mountain Knives has a blue aluminum with a belt satin. That one is ridiculously beautiful. And again, by the way, so let's go back. TPK Knives Fast 10 is your code. Okay, at White Mountain, the blue aluminum code Knives Fast gets you 10% off. Okay, at Devo Knives, okay, you can get the gray aluminum right here with the purple accents. You can get the purple aluminum. By the way, this is a Blackwash blade, of course. Purple aluminum with belt satin and satin accents. And that one is Knives Fast 10 as well. And then you can get a black G10 with Stonewash, so like a worker version. And that one is 10% off with code Knives Fast. And then last but not least, Blade Binge has a hard anodized black aluminum with Blackwash blade and teal accents. So a teal pivot collar and a teal backspacer. They call it the dark mode. And again, I have a code over there at Blade Binge, Knives Fast. So I will have all these down below, but it's this simple. At Devo, it's Knives Fast 10. At Traditional Pocket Knives, it's Knives Fast 10. At White Mountain, it's Knives Fast. And at Blade Binge, it's Knives Fast. Okay? That's simple. Hopefully, you guys will remember all that. And again, if you don't remember it, I will have it down below. So what do you guys think of the Devo Nip Light? Very cool. There's one more look at the gray aluminum. So cool. And again, feels great in the hand. And by the way, I forgot to mention the Ultim feels really great in the hand as well, and actually might have a slight bit more rounding and chamfering just as part of the polishing. When they say smooth Ultim, that means it's been polished, okay? So that's going to give you even more kind of smoothness and feel to that one as well. So that's a look at these guys. Make sure you check them out. Oh man, I didn't even talk about when they drop. What is wrong with you, Casey? So these drop on Thursday, the 15th of August, 2024 at 1 p.m. Eastern at all of those places. I will have posts and it will all be in the description. But again, be looking for these. They drop on Thursday the 15th. I can't believe I didn't say that at the beginning, but there you go, guys. Thank you so much for your support and for all you do. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and thank you for watching the Knives Fast channel.